Aha, good evening, everybody. I know I stopped you from dancing. It's a wonderful day, wonderful Monday. We are still going to dance a little bit. How are you doing? How was your day today? How is work today? Good evening, my brother. Good evening, my sister. Well done, my market people. How you know day? Oh, good evening. It's another edition, another Monday evening. It's another edition of Life Beyond the Church Wall, where we get to talk about our family, we get to talk about our children, we get to talk about our marriages, we get to talk about our lifestyle, we get to talk about a lot of things, and we get to pray together. So tell a friend to tell a friend, get a glass of wine, sit down, because tonight is going to be awesome, tonight is going to be wonder, tonight is going to be awesome. So let me give you 1 minute for you to dance and share. While you are dancing, share on your WhatsApp, share on your Facebook story, share on your group, share on your page, and tell people, call a friend to call a friend that we've started today. So let me give you 1 minute to quickly do that. Praise the Lord, y'all. Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? How was your day? Wow, 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 wow. It's another Monday. Hey, see how time flies. How is our work? How is our business going? If you're a student, how are you doing? If you're on ASU strike, are you sure that you're not going to go and learn one or two things? Because I don't think this ASU strike is going to finish this time. And may God give us a good government. That's why you need to get your PVC and vote right to come 2023. The Lord will help us. If you are here, can you please kindly say LOI to let us know that you are here? As you know, I'm not always alone. Yes, I'm not always alone. I'm here with my wonderful brother. The man of the house is here with me today. You know, whenever I have him here, my mind is always at rest. So please help me to welcome my brother, our brother, Brother Gideon Ogunremi. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for always being there. Tonight, you know, we're going to be talking a very crucial topic. We're going to be talking how to make our partner feel wanted, especially in marriage. Especially in marriage. Yes, when we were putting this topic together, I was like, what is this one? Yes, because when you get to marry, if you are not wanted, some people will say if you are not wanted, you will not get married. So, Bragidio, I want you to please help us. Do we see if you don't want somebody, obviously you won't get married to the person. So at least we get married to each other. That means we want each other. Do we need to keep wanting each other, or that once is enough for us?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ma. Thank you for that question. And I think I should just go back to the beginning. Marriage, like, should we keep wanting more, or is one good enough? One is absolutely, is that a question, right? One is more than enough. One is more than enough. If that's just a question, then that's fine. One is more than enough. And I just like to say first of all that marriage is kind of is for everybody. Strong marriage is good for everyone. When a marriage is good, when we are devoted to each other, we build it strengthens us. So, for example, if marriage teaches you to be unselfish, marriage teaches you that you don't have to think about yourself, just me. First of all, you start thinking about your spouse, and then you start thinking about your children before you even think about yourself sometimes. So marriage is good for everybody. It teaches you, and for example, what most single people don't learn is, for example, if you are single, other people will teach you. For example, you have friends that will fight with you, and you won't know why they are fighting with you. They fight with you, they will leave. If wondering what's going on, why? But when you're married, your husband and wife cannot go anywhere. You will fight with you, and then you will resolve the issue. You will talk about it. You will be forced to talk about it if you don't want to talk about it. That's one thing marriage is good for. It's good for everybody to learn and grow as human beings. So when you say is one enough, one is more than enough. Because dealing with ourselves one by one, every day there's always something to discuss. There's always something new to chill to learn about each other. And if that is just the question you want to ask, let me stop it before I go deeper into what I prepared. Yes, one is enough.
Thank you so much, Gideon. Please, if you are here, please, today there's going to be a bit of changes. We are not going to call card. We want everybody to contribute. So the card is only going to people that comment, the people that contribute to today's discussion. So we want us to interact. Today we want us to interact. We want to share idea. We want to share opinion together. So if you are here, don't expect us to call card. when you comment after the show, we are going to send a card to you for commenting. So today we need more comments. Please comment, 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 comment. Bragidio, you said one is enough. One is enough. Yes, I agree with you, and I don't agree with you. Obviously, one should be enough. But when we started having the prayers of this world, when you get into marriage, when you are courting or dating, or you are just boyfriend, girlfriend, there's a lot of your body will be doing gish gish. I don't know how to say it. There's a lot of feelings that you have, that you just want to be with each other. You just want to hear each other's voice. I've told you long time ago that if you know the period of extra cool in Nigeria, oh my God, that thing, that thing. Sometimes we will be on extra cool from 12 to 5 before we go to bed, and we are still going to lecture room the second day. Obviously, some classes we are dosing up just because we've been doing it's love, it's shacking us. We love each other whenever we are around. Maybe we are in the same time. We want to be around each other. We want to talk. We want to be where each other is. We want to hear each other's voice. We ask silly questions like, what do you eat? What clothes are you wearing? Who are you with? Where is your particular location? All those things. So that's what we grow up. So then we keep making each other wanted. That gives us boldness. It gives us encouragement that this boy really we felt love. I don't know how men feel, but women felt love when men yes, girls, ladies. I'm talking about ladies. So, Bragido, you're going to talk about men. Ladies, we feel love when you show us care. We feel that you show us care when you want to hear our voice. You are concerned about our concern. Yeah, what is worrying us is worrying you. So you know how it is. But when we get to marriage, all those things drop down. It's only if we want to be. It's only people that is not married that will say I'm lying, or people that want to lie we say that like when we get into marriage, children come in, finances come in, a lot of things come in. So all those time, we don't have the time again. You cannot tell a married man and woman that have gone to work all morning to come and be on extra cool like we did the other time, like we did when we were, that we should be on extra cool from 12 to 5 a.m. That the man is still going to work, the woman is still going to work. All those things are not there. And sometimes we forget to tell each other, I love you. So that's why I said I disagree with you. I know you want to go deeper, and I would like you to go deeper. And that's the area that I dislike. I disagree with you on that. So if you want to convince me.
So what do you disagree with me about? Is it one partner is enough or two partners? I'm not quite sure. Sorry.
It's not about partner. One is about continuous assurance that this man still need me. This woman still needed me. So, I said that when we first needed in the first place, that is why we married each other. Oh, I need this man in my life. With different people get to marriage with different reasons. People get to marriage with different reasons. So whatever reason it is, we felt that we need this man, we need this woman for that reason. That's why we get married to each other. But when we get to marriage now, how can we make that woman, that man to feel that we still need them?
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me that is one wife or one husband enough? I'm saying that's why I was saying what is enough. Oh, like having more than one is just a headache. I'm sorry, but yes, you're absolutely right. Um, when I was going through, so my apologies to my viewers. No, you have to continually show your love. Oh. One time is not because you say I love you once. Is not that's not enough, not at all. Um, and I think one of the problem that tends to happen is we tend to remember we tend to we, we tend not to pay too much attention after a while. Does that make sense? I think that's one of the problem. No, because when we're first interested, there's something we want. There's that interest. I'm trying to know you. I want to know you. I want to know you. It's like a doctor or an engineer or any trade you want to do. When you're learning to do that thing, you are interested, you are curious. How does this work? What would I do in this situation? And after a while, you read less because you feel like you know, and you start doing. But when it comes to marriage, we shouldn't stop doing. We should. It's the doing that makes marriage work. Does that make sense? Because I remember the reason I'm saying that before I got married, I read so many books. I listened to so many sermons about marriage. I did so many of those things. But since I got married, I can count the number of times I sat down and listened to a marriage message. And until recently, that I started sitting down and saying, I'm this tired, I'm that tired, children are in a place. And I'm starting to, especially when we're preparing for our program, and I'm starting to go back and reading stuff and watching, listening to messages about marriage. And I'm like, Gideon, you're dull, because there are times that, for example, when one of the man of God I was listening to said, when you pay attention to your partner, you are fanning the flame. But most of the time, I remember when my wife is talking to me, I'm probably on the phone. She's probably on the phone as well, and we are talking. We can hear each other, but we're not focusing on each other. I'm guilty of that. But if like someone once said as well that when you give someone money, you're just giving them money. When you give someone your time, that's something you can never get back because that's part of your life. You are giving away. Your life is time is your life. So you're giving time. So it's better. Your time is better than the money that you're giving. It's better than just saying hi, hello. Time to listen to somebody goes a long way. And those are the kind of things that kind of fan the flame of romance. Because I remember there was a child that once said that, oh, mommy, I think it was someone that was preaching that said that, oh, mommy, I love you. Why? Because whenever I'm talking to you, you listen. You drop whatever you're doing and you listen to me. I love you. And more like, wow, I didn't think of it like that. That's why I'll just give you attention so that you stop me. But so the child, because you gave him attention, said, I love you because you always do this thing. If a child can notice how much more your partner, and when things start happening, I've noticed it as well. After things happen once or twice, it becomes a pattern. Then nobody will be able to say anything anymore. Because if I'm talking to you now and say, I'm listening to you now, I'm listening now, then they'll carry on talking. Then the next time you say, I'm talking to you now, I'm listening, but I can hear you, I'm just responding to this one. The third time they say, they'll just keep talking. And you will respond it. And if you can't hear, you say, what did you say? Oh, okay. No. Okay, that's fine. And then you carry on with the conversation. Because now, are you giving attention? No. You're just giving partial attention when you need to say something. Not when you are not actually listening. And that's kind of the things that kind of rubs up of our relationship. Imagine when you're under that cool breeze, Sister Rachel. Every word, you will almost remember everything. I still remember there was a time I was talking to my wife. I said, I remember before we first got married, you said this thing. And I was like, did I? I said, yes. On the day when this happened and that happened, you said it. We were on the phone and you said this and this and this. And then that rule was that you said you were wearing and you were coming. I remember that day because it was a record in my mind. Even she can't remember, but I remembered. But there are some things that happened last week that I probably can't remember. Why? Because when she was talking to me, I was probably on my phone. You see the difference? Now, when I bring, and I think those are the kind of things that kind of robs us of our relationship, of the joy in our marriage, and robs us of that. Because sometimes it's not just good enough to say I love you. You have to show it. Which is why I'm kind of deviating a bit from your question. Rather than just saying I love you, you have to show it. And how do you show it? By paying attention. Letting the person know that you are actually listening to them. You want to hear them. You want to listen. You are interested in what they have to say, and that goes a long way from my perspective. That's one of the things. Praise the Lord. Let me stop there.
Thank you, sir. Please, if you are here, contribute. How can we make each partner keep making them wanted in the marriage? Brother Gideon, when you are talking, you say that listening, and sometimes do we say because when you get really into marriage, there's a lot of noise. What did I mean by noise? I didn't mean like market noise or something. There's a lot of noises, there's a lot of commitment, there's a lot of things, in marriage is when you, not everybody get married when they've know who they are or what they want to become. Some people are, it's not that they are not working or they are not ready for marriage, but they find that most people find themselves in marriage. Most people find their real self in marriage. And most people, because there's a lot of noise, there is children. And this thing is, we will still break down what men want, what women want. But this one, I want to say, affects us as a woman a lot. When children comes, we shift all our attention. Yes, children need care, they need to be pampered, they need us, but at the same time, we neglect our husband. I was listening to this marriage seminar, this pastor, Mildred Okonkwo. He was saying that children are meant to be trained and our partner are meant to be loved. What was she saying? Is she was talking about when we complain that men drop clothes on the floor, they dirty the house. If children do the same thing, we will just tell them and we will pick it up. But when our husband does it, we will be upset. We will start nagging. We'll ask him to come and pick it. So instead of us to train our children that when you drop your clothes, pick it up, go and put it in the laundry basket, we will pick it up for our children. So that's what she was saying, that children needs to be trained and men need to be loved. But we women, we train to shovel it. We make it opposite each other. So we train our husband and we love our children. So that's why I said there's a lot of noise, a lot of things that is going on around. Now you said you can't, it's possible you might not remember what you discussed with your wife last week, but you remember those one that you discussed before marriage, because our total attention, our total consideration was on each other before marriage. And your problem is my problem. But when it comes to marriage, we tell this is man work, this is woman work. Go on your way, let me go on my way. Let's come together. Children is doing. No, it's not that they don't want to communicate, especially women, not because we don't want to communicate. Maybe men that help their children, pardon me, as well. So, Brother Gideon, is it the noise that is affecting us?
I think the noise is part of it, but I also think it has to do with our attitude or our complacency, because we get used to things very easily. For example, I'm trying to think of an example to use. I'll use my marriage as an example. Okay, if my wife is trying to, because I feel like I'm used to her. If she's saying she wants to do something or something is happening, I always think about the solution already. That, oh, if you do it this way, it will work, Jerry. But like we spoke a couple of weeks ago, does she want me to give her a solution or does she want me to listen? It's a habit. And some people feel like, oh, what's the difference? Is it everyone that complains that don't know the solution? Is it everybody that drinks that doesn't know that drinking is bad for them? Is it everyone that smokes that doesn't know that smoking is bad for them? So what is the good in you going to tell them that you know smoking is bad for you? Do they not know? You get the point I'm trying to make. So there are some things that times that people will be talking to you. For example, when my wife is talking to me sometimes, I'm very, very quick. I'm sorry to say, I'm very, very quick to give her advice. I'm very, very quick. And it's not really, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not about the noise. It's about our attitude towards it. We kind of bring our life, we match our home to our work and to everything, rather than separating it. Our home should be sacred in a way like it is our home. This is where I'm safe. This is where I can express myself. This is where I am. This is my training ground. My work is my work out there where I deal with other people. When I'm out there, is out there. But when I'm inside my house, this is my safe haven. Which means If I'm going to pour all my heart out at home, then I should be able to receive everyone's heart out as well. Does that make sense? But rather than when I'm at work and someone is coming with me with problem, I'm not thinking, oh, okay, you said okay, so what are we going to do about it? So what if you do? Why don't you do this or do that way, do that way, and then get along my way? You know what I'm trying to say? But when you're at home, most of the time, unless they say, okay, I want you to give me advice. If people are talking, don't just automatically think they want your advice, especially for your spouse. They are not dumb. Because there are sometimes that people ask or say something, I feel like, you should know that you should do this now. But it's not that they don't know. But once you start saying that you should know that you should do this, and you've already cut it short that you don't want to listen. This is the solution. Go and deal with it. But they want you to listen. They want you to hear and sympathize with them. And that will lead me to one of the things I wanted to kind of share with us. Because it's easy enough to just share the problems. I just want to share like one of the things we should do as couples is, especially to rekindle our marriages or something like that, is to 1 minute. I'm trying to get the my slide up. Is to remember the best and forget the rest. It's very, very easy to remember what is bad. Very, very easy. But in marriages, it is more beneficial to remember the best. And when I read about this thing, I was so shocked because I was thinking, no, Jerry, how can I remember the best? Like there are times that when people have done something to hurt you, no, it doesn't work, Jerry. It's easy to remember what is bad. But I realized that is a delusion. It's a delusion. Because based on whatever suits us, we can choose to remember what we want to remember. To test that out, I remembered my son. I have a 3-year-old boy. Okay? I was not trying to remember what are the bad things he have done. It's not a lot of bad things to me anyway, because like breaking stuff, messing up things, and like sometimes I have to correct him that, why are you doing that? But what is done specifically, I can't remember. That specific thing that he has done, I can't remember. Why can't I remember? Because I realize that it's not very important. He's growing, he's learning. So he will upgrade, he will do something better. But the good thing that he has done, I remember a lot of them. I remember his stepping stone when he started walking. I remember it. When he said, oh, Daddy, I love you because you did this. Good night, Daddy, pray for me. I remembered all those things. Because those are the good things that make me laugh and just joke with him that, oh yeah, let's go and do this. Oh yeah, let's sing. Oh yeah, let's dance. I chose to remember those things. And the funny thing is, we do the same thing. Can you remember the bad thing your husband did when you were cutting? You probably can't remember. But since you got married, you can probably count 1,001 things that he has done that is bad. And that's the reality of things. We choose to give priority to what we want to give priority to because we choose what we want to do. It's a challenge, but it's a choice that we have to make. Someone said you can choose to be happy or you can choose to be sad. This is your choice. And I used to think about them that, oh, these people are just saying whatever it is. It's a motivational speech that is all this is all that. But when I started reading and thinking deep into it and reading the scriptures about it, and like for example, when Philippians 4:8 says, friends, out filling your mind and meditating on things that are true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious, of good report. And I'm thinking, how can you focus on only those things? And realize that it is the more you focus on those things based on individual, the better your mindset is. It might be difficult for you at first if you haven't been doing it before. But whether we like it or not, as parents, we do it to our children. But to our spouse, we don't. We are very selective in what we do. And it's very instinctive for us to do it to our children and not to our husbands. And we have to train and learn to do it. And that is how we can get away from all this mindset of, by taking this one for granted, I'm not taking this one for granted, this one is not loving me, this one is loving me, I'm doing this. We have to learn to do this. I'm saying it might be challenging, it's not easy, because I'm thinking about it now as well, and I'm thinking, Is this actually very easy? It's not easy, but it's something we have to learn to do. Praise the Lord. Let me leave you at that.
Thank you, sir. I really feel like you should be talking. I really feel you should continue, but we still have time. Owen Slim said, by loving and caring for them, especially respect men, like to be respected. Yes, men like to be respected. When you respect them, they feel like, oh, they are in charge of their family, which is right. So please join us, comment, comment, comment. Tonight we are going to use comment for our card, and you won't be surprised. By the end of the month, there might even be a cash gift to whoever that won. So we want a lot of contribution tonight. We don't want to do it alone. We want us to interact with each other. Please, if you are here, please comment, 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 comment. Brad Gideon, yes, sir.
Okay, ask a question, ma'am. Wait, I was.
Yeah. So, we've been talking a lot about things about that, about that. But as I want to look in this area, I want to look in this area. This time of, we've talked about social media, internet, and stuff. Because today is like, maybe if we will stop at introduction, maybe we won't even really go to what did men want, how can you make your man or women feel wanted. But it's better we discuss this properly so that people can really, really know what we are talking about. In this time of social media, in this time of busy, you go to work, I go to work. I want to catch up on my Facebook. I want to catch up on my YouTube. I want to catch up on my Twitter. I want to, what else? There's quite a lot of it now. I'm outdated. Don't ask me because I'm not on TikTok yet. I'm not lot of things. So I'm trying to build myself. But see, when you have small children, it's quite hard to build your life with social media. So a lot of things like that, apart from children. So you come back, men want to catch up with AJ boxing. You want to catch up with Man U football. Because it's even more relaxing, to be honest with you. When I want to sleep is when I take my phone and started respond to WhatsApp messages. Sometimes I slept off. That's like my sleeping pill after I've done whatever I have to done in the house. But some people are really, really concerned. They cannot live a day without catching up on what is going on social media. And there is husband there. There is children there that really, really, really need their attention. And obviously there is ministry like us now. We don't just come here on Monday to talk. We prepare ahead, we study ahead. So like there's ministry, there is a lot of things. And I like one thing that you said, that sometimes, especially women, sometimes it's not that we don't know anything. We want to talk to you. We want to be assured that our man still listening to us. That is one of our attributes. So we want you to listen. Then when you listen, sometimes ask us, what do you think? So that we'll feel like we are not useless because of the society, because of the environment, the way they make a female child, they make a woman feel like second citizen. That one is another day. One day we're going to talk about behind or beside every successful man. So it's not behind, it's beside, but it's not the topic today. So we don't want to feel useless. So we need you, the way you said that you quickly tell what to do, like you are talking to your child. That's how we feel. We want you to feel like, oh, you can do it. Encouragement, what a word of encouragement. Even things that we think we cannot do. I've heard people that is their husband that encourage them to go back to school, to go and study. Is their you too as well. You've got a testimony. The other day you were telling us how your wife is not happy about a job, how he has to go and change. It's because you support her and said that stop the one you are not happy for. You will get a new job. It's not that she don't know that she can get, but just we see you as a pillar in the house. So those that somebody is giving us a pillar to rest on. And that's how some of us, I don't know if it's everybody, because I'm not going to talk for everybody. That's how we feel. We want to feel that we are useful. We know something. Sometimes trust us that we know something, not only how to change pampers or to cook, because that is what the environment, especially Africa culture, condition women to be. That once you can cook and look after your children, you are a good woman. Because I was reading about Proverb 30 that we talk the righteous woman. And all of the things I was reading there amazed me when Holy Spirit started interpreting it to me. So then I see that women are not meant only for kitchen. We are not meant only for our children. We are meant for more. So, when we are talking about how to make each other needed, Bra Owen Slim said that men want respect. I know that it's not only respect that make you to feel that you are needed. Sometimes respect is even the least on the thing. So let's quickly, maybe we should jump into how do we make our men. We are going to talk about women probably this week or next week. How do we make our men feel needed? What do you want your wife to be doing? We've talked about what we do before we get married. How will you feel? Before you answer, some men, they don't understand that when you start having children, you have baby fats. You need encouragement to lose those weight. Not everybody will have baby and go back to the normal life. So the prayer, they make the woman feel as if she's too fat now. Why are you fat? They don't consider that she was fat in the process of giving birth to their child. So all those things, sometimes we don't even know what you guys want. What did you want to advise us, women, that what are the things that makes you feel needed in marriage now that we are married and we have commitment?
Thank you, ma. First of all, it's not only women that get belly after marriage. Most men do as well. And I have a testimony. So I'm not discriminating in that department. But I think bro Owen Slim said the right thing. Respect. Respect is not one way, it's both ways. Respect for one another creates boundaries. That okay, this is my wife, this is my husband. There is something I can do, there's something I can't do out of respect for them. And in your relationship and your marriage, when you're courting, I think that is already defined. But if people want to now step over their boundaries, that is when you see that abuse now start coming in and they start doing this or saying that or saying that. Okay, so I think he's absolutely right. Respect. Men want respect, women want respect as well. So it's not only men that want respect. And for men, as a person, what makes me wants to like the question you were asking, want to feel in the relationship, or to feel good in my relationship. What do I want from especially from my wife? And one of the things I want is I want my wife to be my biggest fan. I want that's me. And I think that's what some women want as well. They want their partner to tell them to appreciate them. When I come home sometimes and my wife has made food and she's saying, I'm tired. And it's time for you to stay with the children. Let me go and rest. I say, thank you. And when I have something to do, for example, when I have to go somewhere, when I'm on this program, I say, sorry, I have to be on the program. Please, can I stay with them for a bit for me? When I'm done, I will come and do this. I will do that. I will do that. I will do that. I will even wash the plates. Again, I'm trying to affirmate her value that, look, I really appreciate what you've been doing. It's not easy to stay at home with 2 children, jumping here and there, running here and there, shouting all day. And then someone coming up when they are meant to rest, they are doing something else. And you're like, what about me? I need to rest now. They want she wants me to know. I feel like she wants me to appreciate her, even if she doesn't want me to feel like it. I feel like I need to appreciate her because I've been at home with these children before on the weekend, and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't easy. So I know how it feels. And when she came up that day and she was saying something, I was nagging. I was like, you've been out all day, and me, I've been with this one and that one and that one, and this one is doing this. And I said, this is what I do all the day, every day now. But I realized it. So since then, I've been like, I appreciate what you are doing. Thank you. And that's just one small part. There are other parts of life as well, that things that go around that people want to, when you raise something, when you value something, you saying that thing is important. When you value your wife or your partner, your husband, in front of your friends, his friends, they won't abuse it. They won't abuse him or her. It is when you don't value your partner, that is when your friends start suggesting some weird things to you about your partner. That is when your friends start saying things about your partner. You say, ah, that is how she is, Jare. Can you even see that she's tall, she's short? I don't know if she's getting short up. So many things start coming and they start going over that boundary because they realize that you don't value your wife. You don't appreciate her. And you may say, "Ah, I appreciate everything, but it's just this one bit." But that one bit cover her shame, cover his shame. That shows you value him, you value her. And that is what men, or what me as a man, will like the most about my wife. Because if I'm outside, even if I'm doing something wrong, I should keep quiet. She didn't say anything, and I get home and she says, "Okay, okay, I didn't realize it." But if she says it outside and disgraces me, by the time we get home, we won't have a discussion. We have an argument. That's the reality. And I also, as a man, I want my spouse to bring out the best in me, to affirmate my strength, to say, "Oh, Gideon, you are very good at this and that." Okay, for example, I'll put my career on the line. Um, I'm a business analyst. I'm also a data analyst, but I'm very good with data analysis. And my wife always tells me that, "Oh, Gideon, I've realized that when you go for jobs that is data analysis roles, you are very confident. You are very happy. You are happier. You feel like you're learning more. You feel like you are using your brain. You are doing lot more. When it comes to business analysis, you always complain." I'm like, "I know, but business analysis is a lot simpler in the sense that it's a process that you follow rather than having to think about coding and all those things." Say, "Yeah, I know it might be easy for you, but you are happier when you come home. You like your previous job and this. You didn't complain that much. You're always happy when you come home. You talk about the project that you're doing. But you are doing this business analysis. You're always complaining and bringing this and this." I'm like, "Ah, okay." So the way she said it to me, it made me think like, okay, maybe I should invest more time in this data analysis stuff and do more into it and go more into it. I felt good the way she said it. Like, oh, at least she's interested in me and she's able to notice what I'm good at. It felt good. However, if she's saying, "Oh, yeah, take one, Jare, this one you don't do, this one you don't do, jack of all trades, master of none, this and this," how do you think I would feel? But that's what some people do, which is why I'm saying I'm grateful to God. I'm a lucky man. I'm a blessed man. Don't say lucky. I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. And also, I found their ministry. I play the keyboard. I sing. My wife sings as well. She likes to compose songs. And I try to encourage her, if this is what you want to do, yeah, sing it. I will play for you. We will practice what you want to sing. Although we don't go far into maybe recording music, but at the same time, it's just doing something you love at home. "Oh, I've just written a song. I just thought of this song. Let me sing it. Yeah, sing it. Play for me." I can't just start shut her down and say, "Oh, your song doesn't have tune, Jare. The tune doesn't work well." Then let's make it work. It is your song. It is the way it came to you. It's not my song. And a lot of time we like to control other people the way we feel it should go. I feel this should go this way because this is where I feel like I've had other people do it. But you are not the owner of the idea now. So why should you not control the solution? Why should it be you? If they ask you for advice or ideas, then that's different. Let's affirm them. Let's encourage each other. So what I said before was, make sure they're appreciated. Appreciate your partner. Bring out the best in them. Encourage them for their strength, and then affirm their ministry. Make them feel unique. Like contribute. Like, make them feel like they are contributing to the world, to your life, to your home, by their singing, by their talent, their gifts. Don't dominate everything. Don't say, "Oh, no, I want you to be usher, not sing." Who are you? Like, why should you decide? Those are the kind of things I feel like as a man, as a woman, we like to be appreciated. We like people to encourage us. We like people to affirm that, "Oh, this is what you are good at. Okay, oh, I know you are good at this one. Oh, if it comes to this one, oh, my husband can do it." If you come to this one, my wife can do it. I remember when we moved to our house, we were trying to call an engineer to come and help us to someone that fits curtains. The people that fit curtains, I forgot what they call. Yeah, the handyman. Yeah,
Handyman.
handyman. Yeah, handyman. We called this man and he was going to come to my house and do the thing. He said he was going to collect £70 from me to come and fix it. And depending on how much work I have to give him, then they will start charging me more based on it. So like doing what cupboard and all those things, that would be more. So I'm like, okay, come. On the day he was meant to come, he said his car broke down. He couldn't come. We have no curtains outside. Our window was bare. We have neighbors, and we were about to move into this house. So I was thinking, what can I do? And my wife was like, but Gideon, you are good at this handy thing now. Why not just do it yourself? I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to break the wall. I don't want to do this. Just do it, Jare. Manage it the way it is. And can you believe it? I did it, and it worked very well, perfectly well. I did it very well. Even I surprised myself. So when they are now talking in church about fixing something, goes my husband can do it. It's what I did the one in our house, and I feel good. Like, oh yeah, I was one. I did it. Yeah, I did the whole cutting of the house. I did it, me. But someone encouraged me to do it. I even went and bought drill. I bought a new drill so that I can do it well. But the point is, she encouraged me in that regard. She brought the best out of me in that regard, and I did what I need to do. But if she was saying, you can't even get someone to do this one, you can't even do this one to do this one, we've moved to the house, you can't even sleep properly. You should let everybody looking at if she's complaining, what will we achieve? We'll both be arguing. She's right, and I'm right as well, because I can be right. I called the person, it's not my fault that the person cannot come. Is it my fault? Well, I don't have control over the person now. Is it her fault that they did not fix the curtain? It's not her fault as well now. She just wants to live in a house that is covered. We all want the same thing, but we're just not getting it. But the approach is different. Oh, you can do it now. Oh, I will help you to hold this one. I will help you to hold that one. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That's a different approach. And to me, as a person, I'm still learning. That's just an example of things that have worked for me. There are things that we have fought over, that we have argued about. But again, like I was saying before, let's try to encourage each other, affirmate each other's strength. And when we think about what is good, if you ask me that what are the things that we fight about, I will have to think before I remember. Because I'm practicing to think about things that are good. Praise the Lord. So just hope that helps a bit.
Yes, exactly. That really, really helps, Exactly. That really, really helps. This thing called marriage, when we fight, it's what strengthens us. If there is anybody that tell you will not have arguments, you will not fight, they are just a liar. Because that is what strengthens marriage. And because what somebody that is not your partner will do to you and you will overlook. If your partner did it to you, it will touch you to the heart. So the main point is how you undo it. It is what is very, very important. How you undo it. And if you are working towards making this marriage work, I really want to make this marriage work. You will that's why marriage is endurance. Marriage is commitment. Marriage is work. Marriage is fight. Is to know how to say sorry even when you are right. A lot of things will happen. And it's to protect each other, like Brother Gideon said, even when you do mistakes. By the time you go to your colleagues, you go to your friend, you go to BBC and say this, that about your wife, you might not be able to redeem her image. Or about your husband, you might not be able to redeem his image in the presence of those people. And you will downgrade your husband. So even if there's something good in your husband or your wife's life, nobody will say it. So it's very, very, very crucial for us to respect each other so that we can set boundary. I write here, I said, does men like to feel needed? I said, yes. Denying them that privilege means you are snatching away their sense of identity. I was saying earlier that some people, they come into marriage to know their identity, to know who they are, And some people it's not, when you think it's because I have a good job, I am 30 something and now I can handle marriage. You might have a good job and don't know who you are, what you want in life. And I get to understand with marital experience that the more you grow, the more the vision becomes clearer to you. You might be thinking, you might be assuming, you might be doubting. By the time you grow, sometimes it's not age, maturity. When you grow in some area, you know what. So men really, really need, they feel to, they want to be needed. And I think men are more, it's just that we tend to focus on women. My own opinion, I think men are more petty than women. I'm not right, Bragito. I know you can dispute. I'm not saying I'm right. I said I think. That's what I think. I feel men being more petty than women because women will still understand that, oh, this man has been working. That is why. Or maybe we give excuses for you, for your attitude to us. So asking for help, like you said, that your wife did when you want to do the window blind, because you know that my husband can, with my support, my husband will. Sometimes it's not about my husband, my wife can. It's about with my support, my husband will. And that's why you see so many women, so many men, they go extra length for their partner to make them who they are, to make them who they are. Then men, I think you feel you want to be making, you want us to make you our safety net. I don't know if that's true, because I want you to talk about that, making you our safety net. So when there is troubles, and that is why, you know, women will talk a lot. When somebody look us somehow at work, will come home to tell you, we gossip, how did you see this, and this, do that. It's you that will tell us that, oh, she might be looking, or she might not mean that. So we feel safe. And even if everybody condemn us, maybe we are at work, things happens, we quickly run home, and we want our husband not to blame us about what happened. And you said it's both men and women as well. Men as well don't want us to blame them. And you know, Yoruba will say, Pelela Koulabo, which means is the way I present something. That doesn't mean we should not correct each other in love. Because, Bragidion, the way your wife sees good thing in you, she should be easily pick the bad thing that you are doing and pinch you to correction. I didn't mean beating you or as in to let you know, but there is a way she can say it and you will accept it as the head of the house. Don't forget about my ego. And there is a way that she can say it, and even you know that that thing is bad, you will never change because of this presentation. So I just want to ask, how did you feel when we feel that you want us to trust you for safety? Like when you say we need safety in this country is fire alarm and stuff, but I'm not talking about those safety alone. Mental issue, emotional, a lot of things that has to do with safety.
Thank you, ma. And I think I have to correct you on one thing. Rather than being men or women, this should be a generic thing for both men and women. Our spouse should be our safety net. And the reason I'm saying that is because when we say, oh, men, then we arrogated their responsibility only men, or women, we arrogated their responsibility only women. It doesn't mean that when we look at people, we all have different personalities. There are people that have strong personalities, and some people that are not very strong personalities. I've seen relationships where the woman is very outspoken one, the husband is a very quiet gentleman, very gentle, and they you just see everything goes the way it is. And then when they say it's done, you just say, okay, oh, it's like this, so that's it. But the woman is very, very outspoken, very, 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 very strong personality. They knew each other before they got married now, and they understood each other. They understand each other, pardon me. And they get along well their own way. So the wife is the safety net, the husband is the safety net. So, but when we say, oh, it is the man should be the safety net, well, okay, let me say, generally, me as a man, I would like to, I'm the safety net of my wife. If she needs help, I would like her to talk to me. And at the same time, when I'm stressed and I'm tired and I'm angry and I'm frustrated, it's no use talking to one of my friends that I haven't spoken to in a long time. I'll just talk to my wife. She's the closest person to me. She understand where I'm coming from. So she's my safety net in that regard. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it is not men or women. But when it comes to fire alarm and closing the door, I was listening to a man once, a pastor. He was saying, "Oh, me and my wife, we used to fight when I first got married." Why? The woman said, "Oh, every night before when I first got married, every night I have to tell my husband to go and lock the back door." And the man said, "How come it is when I'm in bed and I put my head on the pillow that I remember that the back door is not closed? Um, that why didn't you tell me when I was downstairs that I was going to close the back door?" And even when he says he's closed it, the woman will still go and check. And they always fight. That every night is the man of the house. He should know that he should close the back door. Like, why should I always tell him to close the back door? And the man is like, "Why is it that it's when I'm in bed that you remember to tell me to go and close the back door? Where I grew up, you can leave the back door open. Nobody's going to come in. Nothing is going to come in. There is no. Why are you scared of the back door?" And they were fighting that fight. He said eventually, the woman said eventually, I realized that I'm not going to change this man. Even if I ask him that he's in bed, have you changed the back door? If he says he's changed it, I'm not comfortable until I've checked it myself that he's changed it. So I decided not to tell him anymore. Every night, I go close it before I come up to bed. And that solves our problem. That way, he's happy, I'm happy. Because I'm sure that the door is closed. And he said a lot of times we like to change our partners. We like to change other people into the image of what we want them to be. Rather than things that we can do ourselves and just get it over with. And when it comes to being a safety net, that's why I keep going back to safety nets. You know, men and women, you can say we are different. It's true. But there are things that you can do that I can do as well. So why make it's about, oh, this is a man that must do this thing. It is a woman. No, let's not do that to ourselves. That will create more problem. Because if this is the way I am, you trying to change me is just going to create more problem for me. Because I will be trying and making more effort. And eventually, if I can't do it anymore, let's say, I'm tired, I've worn out. You go and do it. If you don't want to do it, leave it alone. And that's what normally happens. When people are telling you, oh yeah, go and close the door. Oh yeah, go and do this one. Oh yeah, go and do this one. Don't you know that every night you should go and take your shoe? Don't you know every night you should put your jacket here? Don't you know no, I'm tired. If you don't want to leave it alone. You get the point I'm trying to make. Because after when you keep pushing people over and over and over and over again, you get to say, no, leave me alone. That is not, I'm not arrogating removing responsibility. When you know something is good, try as much as possible to do the right things. But there are some things that you know that is not hurting you, it's not hurting them. They just don't have that. It is not in their nature to do. They don't force them. For example, if I go outside now with my wife and I'm wearing a jacket and she's not wearing a jacket, and she's complaining that it's cold, it's not in my nature to take my jacket off to give it to her. It's true. It's not in my nature. It's not out of way I don't know how to do romance. No, it's just not in my nature. If she reminds me and I say, okay, take. But next time, take your jacket as well. Because I don't want both of us to be cold. That's probably my response. But I would, if it was something else, like, oh, she wants to carry something, or she wants to clean something that is high, or she wants to help her to fix something in her car, I wouldn't even think twice. I say, oh yeah, bring it, Jerry. Let me pour this one for you. Let me do it for you. I will do it because that is my strength. That's what I'm good at. You get the point I'm trying to make. Okay, thank you, man.
Oh, I thought you were still talking. I was just trying to reposition myself on the chair. Wow. Let me quickly do shout outs. Shout outs to my mom. Thank you so much, mom, for watching us. Dickness Comfort Jegede. And a lot of shout outs to my princess, Minister Temilade Odeyemi. Shout out to Owen Slim. Shout out to my brother, my biological brother, Temitope Mojola. Thank you so much for watching us. Shout out to Bra Femiton, When Sleep. Everybody will see your comment. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, Bra Femiton says women want safety from their men. That's what I'm saying, Bra Gideon. And he also said, especially to defend them outside or from family. That one alone. That one alone is a lot of things that a lot of women pass through. Because of our time tonight, we might have to end up on that area. So, Bragidion, I'm coming to you, especially when it comes to in-laws. When it comes to in-laws, thank God for your wife. Thank God for your wife. A lot of us we can easily relate with her. She accepted us. She accepted us, and but there are some in-laws that makes life difficult, either for the husband or for the wife. Mostly for the wife. Mostly for the wife, and they just want their husband to give them assurance. The assurance might not be once; it might be 10,000 times as long as they need it. See what your brother just did. See what your mother-in-law. Don't say, though they are not allowed to disrespect your family as well. But even when you notice disrespectful in the attitude, there are ways, as I was saying earlier, that Belela Kolabo. So I want you to comment on this area that Brafemiton says. We want safety. I have issue with maybe my mother-in-law. Unfortunately, I was not disclaimer before you say, throughout my mother-in-law lifetime, she's my best friend, and I still miss her every day. In fact, I still cry last week about her, because a lot of things I would like to talk to her, a lot of questions that I know she'll be happy to tell me, but she's no longer around. So what I'm saying is, some people, they have a difficult mother-in-law, and they pass through a lot. They just need their husband. In as much the husband don't want to disrespect his mother, and at the same time, this is your wife. I know it's mostly difficult for men when they are in the middle, or women when they are in the middle, because sometimes some of us get punished for what our family did that we knew nothing about, that has nothing to do with our marriage. But a lot of things happen, and it's just you that will get punished. I think this is not right. I think it shouldn't be that way. But I just want you to talk about this family aspect, safety from the family, how to make your wife safe.
Thank you, man. In that regard, safety in that regard, I think it goes both ways. As a man, I should protect my wife from attacks everywhere. And the same way I will expect my wife to protect me from attacks from her side as well. And and I think this boils down to what we were talking about. If we see each other as equals, as friends, as partners, working together to achieve a certain goal, then we know that, oh, this is the boundaries of my wife. This is my wife. Okay. You are my family, but this is my wife. She knows that, oh, you are my family, but this is my wife. And this is my husband, not wife. So, and I agree with you that generally, in the African settings, it's mainly the women that have that issue, especially when it comes to not getting pregnant on time, or not having children, or when family comes and they want to eat and they want that respect and do this one, oh, have you done this, have you done that? And if I agree in that perspective. Women want men to protect them from that situation, but there are some things that we tend to forget, or we tend to kind of overlook. Before a situation develops to a certain extent, there's always something that starts it. There's always a seed before it grows. A lot of times people see the reactions, and then they start making judgments. I'm saying, oh, this is what led to that. So, for example, I think I was watching a movie once with my wife, and the woman made food for the mother-in-law. They all came for the party. Now they didn't have enough chicken, so he gave one chicken to the mother-in-law, one chicken to the father-in-law, one chicken to the brother, one chicken to the husband, and everyone shared one chicken. And the mother-in-law was complaining that, can you imagine, give me one chicken, even to your father one chicken? When was it? Can't we eat chicken in our own house? And the husband couldn't say anything. It was like, it's not like, you get what I'm trying to say. Now, as a woman, how would you expect your husband to defend you in that situation? If a man is not mature enough, what would he do? He'd probably just be like, I'm just thinking about it. What would he do?
He should
What if,
explain,
thank you.
because they will tend to listen to him, his
Mhm,
explanation than the wife.
mhm. Absolutely. And I agree with you. And that's what it should have done, or that's what it should do. But from the husband perspective, as a be like, what is this about? Well, there is not enough meat now, so manage it. Like it will probably be like, why are you trying to look for trouble or something like that? Like what is all this coming from? Like what does it matter? Different people have different perspective. And if we don't if it doesn't nip that in the bud at that moment, that no, we don't have enough chicken, the chicken is done, or they don't have many chicken. Oh, we can make another chicken for you if you want, if you can wait for another 30 minutes or something like that. Or okay, you can have my chicken and I will eat later when you are gone. Or the point I'm trying to make. But if you just let that thing go quietly and not say anything or not do anything about that, what will happen next time? Even if the wife give them three chicken, they will say three chicken is not enough. You get the point I'm trying to make. So the point is a lot of this issue, family issue of wife protection or not protecting, it's true, but and it's not irreversible, by the way, for people that are going through that issue at the moment, because you haven't been doing it before doesn't mean you can't start doing it. Because you haven't been defending your wife before doesn't mean you can't start defending her. It starts from little things. Little things like, my your wife did not even kneel down when she gave me water or something like that. I'm just using it as an example. Or after two children or after three children, how do you expect that to be kneeling down all the way down? And you want to kill her? Can you kneel down? Do you still kneel down for your husband as well? You know, just make it. Sometimes you don't have to be serious about it. Like you said, like to say sorry is there is a good way to say sorry. There is a bad way to say sorry. There are so many things that can be resolved by using idioms, using metaphors, saying things in a jokey way. That, when was the last time you did that for your own husband? You see, it's that easy. After taking care of a big man like me, you don't want to be kneeling down. Something like that. There's a ways you can use things as an example in a jokey way to diffuse situation. But when we carry every situation or every challenges that comes across us or across our way on our head, like, oh, that's the end of the world because I want to defend my wife, because I want to defend this thing, we're not being more damaged than good. And that leads me to this. I didn't even think about it. Will Smith and his wife. To him, he was trying to defend his wife. Don't talk about my wife. He slapped someone in Oscar, and his career, everything. And to him, he's done. He's done. Oh, at that moment, at that hit, he's done more damage. But he felt like he was trying to protect his wife. But he did it in the wrong time, in the wrong way. I mean, if he's been doing something small before, it wouldn't have gotten to that stage. But now at that stage, you now want to bring a sledgehammer to it's not going to work. You will create more damage. And that is why I'm trying to say that I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't agree with you to defend your wife or your husband in front of your family. I agree absolutely. But again, do it with wisdom. It's not something, if it's something that is already happening, it's not something you cannot crack at once. No. It's something you have to gradually, processly, methodology, yeah, gradually break down. It's a word I cannot be. You cannot smash. You have to break down little by little. You have to. It's like you're earning respect. You can't just say I demand respect now. No, you have to earn it little by little. Protect your wife little by little until they realize this person this is your wife. This is her area. This is her domain. Something as simple as what are we going to eat today? Especially if you live with someone that your mother-in-law is living with you or something like that, or your mother is living with you, and you want to ask, what are we going to eat today? Don't ask your mother-in-law, ask your wife. Hey, my wife, what are we going to eat today? And even if it's you as well, ask your husband, what do you want to eat, my husband? What can I make for you? Not people around. They make people feel valued. If you want other people to respect them, do it intentionally. Ask intentional questions. This is an example. For example, if your mother-in-law is around and you want to make your wife feel good, you can tell you, Mommy, I want to make a cup of tea. My wife, do you want a cup of tea as well? Shall I make you a cup of tea, two sugar? Do you want a cup of tea as well? Make her feel good that you are serving your wife. Let them know that you value your wife. Something as simple as that. So like, do you want to go and sleep now? Let me carry the children and let me play with the children. You go and rest. I know you're tired. Or something like that. Oh, I will wash the plates. You go and rest. I know you've been busy all day. So, no, something simple. Let them know that you value your wife. Because if they know that you value your wife, they will value her as well. But if you're saying, it is the wife's work to be in the kitchen. It is the wife's work to do that. Me, I cannot do this. Me, I cannot do that. Me, I cannot do that. I was let me bring this in. But again, the point I'm trying to say is value each other. Value each other. No, what you said earlier on about we train you train your husband, you love your child. It was happening recently. A woman was recently had it that she was telling her son, a grown man who just finished eating, and she was telling him, "Oh, do you want me to carry your plate for you?" The mother. Now imagine if that son gets married now. What will he be expecting from his wife? When I finish eating, carry my plates. The woman mother was asking, "Do you want me to carry my place for your place for you? Have you finished eating?" It is a grown man that is ready for marriage, sitting in the living room with the mother, and the mother saying, have you finished eating? Yeah, should I help you to carry your plates? I'm thinking, what? Shouldn't you be one that should be eating and they should get up and carry your plate for you and put it in the kitchen? Like, why is it reversed? And because I'm guessing it's because it's something she's been doing since she's young, since they were young, helping them to feed them, do this, and now they can feed them. It's something that we need to learn to train our children and love our husband. And those are the kind of things, like you were saying it before, I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. And husbands as well, don't train your wife. Love your wife. Train your children. Love your wife. Wife, don't train your husband. Respect your husband. Love him. Train your children. And God will help us. I mean, as we are talking about it, as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about myself and I'm thinking, I'm missing in this area, in some of these areas. God will help us.
Amen. Thank you, sir. This table we are breaking, this few topic we are saying, it just look as if it's easy like that. But to be honest, it has caused a lot in marriage. It has caused a lot in marriage. Let me quickly read the comment. Let me do shout out. Oh, I can see the woman of God watching us. Shout out to our pastor, Mrs. Christiana Annie Amshanti. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Hey, Statoyi, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. We are rounding up, but let me quickly read those comments so that Brother Gideon can round up for tonight. Pastor Mrs. said, lots of marriage have failed because a partner is not able to protect the other party from their family. Yes, we need to set the right precedence. If you insult your husband in front of your family, they will not respect him or her. That is absolutely true. So, Bragidor, you are right. At least Pastor Mrs. is supporting us. And to be honest, obviously, I'm supporting the idea as well. We should respect each other in front of our family. It's very, very hard when the husband brother eat and leave the plate for the wife to come and wash. And even if the husband is even trying to help, they will say that the wife have used the husband brain. All those things, we can't overlook it. It does happen even in 21st century. Let me continue with the comments because of our time. Owen Slim said, yes, not like, make tea for us, please. When you are done, Mama wants to use the toilet. Check again. If it is clean, before she goes, they are there. And all those things, more wisdom, sir. Yes, Brian Gideon has already do justification to that area. To be honest, you have done justification to it. It is you. The scripture is right. It said the husband and the wife will cling to each other. Leave their both families. Leaving the family doesn't mean that you won't talk to them, but it's you first. You are creating another family. So it's you now. It's like a sucker of plantain. When one is old and you cut it, obviously another one is good. So when you put attention on the one that you are about to cut the plantain above and neglect the small one, you will not be doing good. Statoyin said, very true. Men sometimes bring their wife down in order to show or prove to their family they are in charge. That is absolutely true as well, especially African men. They don't want their family, whatever they've been doing, probably helping their wife in the house. Once the family is coming, they will stop everything because they don't want them to think the wife is using them or something like that. But to be honest, there's nothing like that. We are family now, and obviously we are going to be in-laws one day. So we too should start learning from now that their family is their family. They can control it the way they want. Yeah, Pastor Mrs. says so true. Yes, thank you, ma. Oluwafumilayo Olutoyin says, Satoyin says, some men talk to their wife like they are babies. This often make the woman feel worthless. Yes, this make us, I talk about that earlier as well. We can't treat our wife or husband like a baby. We need to train our children and love and respect our wives. So, Brother Gideon, don't worry, we're going to continue next week from where we stop. We are not stopping tonight. We're going to continue this topic next week because we still got a whole lot to talk about. And I pray that we will not die but live to proclaim the goodness of the Most High God in Jesus' name. If God tarries, by next week we will meet. Brother Gideon, please, in a few minutes, can you round up for tonight, please?
Thank you, man. I just want to kind of touch on one of the comments that someone made as to use it as a roundup. He said, "Oh, some women don't like, some men don't like people to feel or their family to feel like they are being used by their wives." And my counter argument is, if your wife doesn't use you, if you are not useful in the house, then who will use you? Who will you be useful to? Will you let your work use you, the society use you, the environment use you, and then you come and be useless at home? Same as the women. Who do you want to use you? It is better it is more productive to be used at home than to be used outside. Because when you are used at home, you are building something at home. When you are being used outside, you are building something for other people. So be used at home, be useful at home, be used. Let people see that you are used at home. Men, women. Let them say that, oh, when he's at home, he's always used. Yeah, that is where he should be used. Because when you are used at work, they can sack you. When you are used in the society, they can, even if you are a governor or president, they can after your time is over, they can even impeach you? They can send you packing. Everything out there is not temporal. I mean, it's temporal, but in your house is meant to be where everything holds together. And God will help us as men, as women, to value ourselves, to respect ourselves, and grow together in love. In Jesus' name.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got a lot. Marriage is a continual job. That's where you get your certificate before you even started the class. So we need to be making each other wanted if we want this marriage to go far. Every day, you cannot want your husband or your wife once. You need to make them belong, carry them along, that you are still my best, you are still my pet. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. My regards to Apostle, Mommy Christy. Please, my regards to Apostle and the family. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming next week. Next week, if you enjoyed this week, this is just an introduction. Next week, we're going to be talking a lot of things. So please, call your friend, tell your friend, and join us. And if you win any card, we'll get back to you on your inbox. We'll get back to you on your inbox. Next week, please make sure you join us on this same channel. Please make sure you join us. Thank you so much for always joining us. If I didn't mention your name, that means I didn't see your comment and I can't really see who is watching at a particular time. I love you so much. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for showing us. And you can easily go and rewatch all of our program on Facebook and YouTube, Rachel Adelakun, Facebook Life Beyond the Church Wall. You can easily go and rewatch it if there's anything you are missing. God bless you. Until we come your way next week. Thank you so much. Bye. Yeah. Let us go. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah. Glory to the Lord. I feel like dancing. Thank you so much. See you next